how to use Camtasia Studio like a pro. Let's go and see how you can record and create high definition videos using Camtasia Studio. Once you install your software, you can press record. You can record your full screen, including your webcam. Here you'll have tools, as in options, to tweak the input for audio as well as the frame rate. If you're using the latest 2025 version, you may have higher frame rates, such as 60 frames per second. Capture frame rate is important. It will define the quality in terms of high definition. And you can actually adjust the webcam if you are recording your webcam as well. So then, here we have effects. You don't really want to play around with these, but nonetheless the options are there. Basically, we're recording the screen. Camtasia Studio gives you that powerful option to record a full screen or even custom settings. Let's imagine you want to record your smartphone. You can use custom. Let's say you want to lock the application or select area to record. Let's do that. And let's just say I just want to record this area. And voila, Camtasia Studio gives you that custom recording option. Okay? So let's imagine we want to record the full screen. Let's press record. Basically, it's going to record the full screen, including our webcam, and save it in a file format Camtasia Studio recognizes. Once you're happy with your recording, you can press stop. Do keep in mind that if you're creating, let's say, YouTube videos, at times you may want to pause your recording. Perhaps you've got something to do and you want to come back, and so on, okay? So let's resume our play and let's stop it. Now comes the good part. Because Camtasia Studio has been around a while, it actually gives you various different options. I won't cover all of them, but I'll just show you the most important ones that I personally use. One is audio effects. We can grab the noise removal and place it on our timeline here. And we can adjust the settings, perhaps one again. We're just removing the noise from our recording. Let's imagine you've recorded a video using your smartphone. If that was the case, you can actually upload your media, as in the video file that you've recorded on your smartphone, and further add it using Camtasia Studio. As you can see, it's a versatile program. Whether you want to capture the screen of your desktop or smartphone, or whether you want to, mix and match video files, Camtasia Studio gives you all those options. Let's imagine the pre-built-in library. Let's imagine you wanted to include some motion effects. As we can see, we can add them to our timeline and press play to preview. And within this, we can actually click into the file, the effects options here. We can actually change the callout. Let's say you want to put your own name here or something else. As you can see, the predefined libraries may be ideal if you're starting out, perhaps creating videos on your YouTube channel. Anytime you're not happy with any edits, you can actually delete it from your timeline. Let's imagine you wanted to cut the timeline portion. you can simply use these, grab the red, pull it that way and cut the recording. Let's imagine this area here, it looks like there's a lot of empty space. Okay, so then we have annotations. Let's imagine you wanted to blur a certain area. You can do that here. Or let's imagine you wanted to add motion effects. Let's imagine an arrow. These are great for tutorials. You can move the effects on a timeline. Let's imagine you wanted to show it here and then preview. And as you can see, that effect will be shown accordingly. You will definitely be using the zoom function to zoom in and out of your timeline. What else can I show you? Let's imagine chat bubbles. You can add them. There are basic ones or all of them, and select the one that's appropriate for you. Okay, transitions, you may want to use them. Simply drag them to your timeline. Okay, so anytime you want to revert, it's in Control Z, or undo through the edit option. Okay, so you can always go back, or you can delete anything that you want. Behavior, you've got animation. Let's imagine you want to zoom in to an area. Let's imagine you want to zoom in there, we can do that. Or let's go back to full screen mode. We've got cursor effects. I tend to not use these, but you can surely use. What I tend to do is add, click here. So that's basically an image. When I want to show that, I just say, okay, click here, for example. I think that's much easier compared to these cursor effects. But nonetheless, Camtasia Studio gives you the cursor effects as well, okay? Let's imagine we go back to the media library. We can delete that from the timeline and also delete from our media library. As I've said, your media library, you can upload different videos. Perhaps you want to group them. You can upload media files such as images. Also, you've got this voice narration. Let's imagine you've recorded something and you are not happy with the sound of it. So you can then delete the entire sound from your recording, as I've just shown to you, as in delete the tracks. By pressing Shift, you can select all of them. Let's do that. Let's delete. Now we can start voice recording right from Camtasia Studio. So that option is there. That may be helpful as you're using Camtasia Studio, okay? Got the audio effects. Let's imagine you want to level up the volume. You can do that here as well. Then we have visual effects. I tend to not use this, but that's there for you. Then we have interactivity or closed captions. So basically, Camtasia Studio is a powerful screen recording software program. Let's imagine you wanted to share this file, as in convert it into MP4 so you can upload to your YouTube channel, for example. If that's the case, you can create a local file, and also you can actually add and edit presets. Okay, I've got different ones here because I'm creating YouTube videos, right? But let's imagine you want to create a HD video. Then select MP4, press next. Here the size, use editing dimensions that will come from the time when you've recorded the screen, for example. So if you want to have high resolution, as in high definition, use the editing dimensions. Or you can actually select the video size accordingly. Let's say 1920, that option is there, okay? Well, let's imagine you're using the latest version of Camtasia Studio, then you may be able to use 4K resolution as well. The video settings, frame rate is important. That will define the quality of your video. You can always adjust the quality. Leave things at default because these are high definition settings. Audio you may want to tweak depending on your microphone, for example. Higher the bit rate, obviously, will be a little bit more quality in terms of sound. Then we have options here. If you want to create table of contents, this gives you that option. And then you press next. Here you can include your own watermark if you want. I tend to not include it, but that option is there. Let's imagine you wanted to, change your image, then simply create an image for your brand and upload into this folder here. And if you name it accordingly to your want, then you can add the watermark icon. Now what will happen is the video info will definitely be important, because when we create digital files and insert digital information, that's actually within the video file somewhere. Let's imagine you wanted to give it a title, how to create HD videos using Camtasia Studio. Subject, language, coverage, perhaps worldwide or global. You can add keywords, descriptions, author information, your email address, your website if you have one. If you're sharing your videos on iTunes, for example, then you can provide further details as to the type of videos that you'll be creating. Now, once you save your setting, then it will always be available. And I've just shown to you the high definition settings using Camtasia Studio. So therefore, if I was to create a local file for this video, it will be rendered in high definition. This is how you use Camtasia Studio like a pro. All you need to do is spend that bit of time and experiment with the features that you will be using the most. Then we have the menu options here. I won't cover it because then it's going to be a long video. Most of these settings are actually available here, so I actually don't tend to use these here. Now, that is how you use Camtasia Studio. The latest version gives you the powerful options for creating video content. I thank you for learning with Renkia, and I'll talk with you in the next video session.